Oh, wow. I think I finally made it. So I'm using the StreamYard broadcasting app. Hopefully, my sound is in sync with my lips. Also, I'm just going to delete this crap. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Brian, Animal Activist. And I want to thank everyone that subscribed for watching all these 380 something videos that I've made over the last 5 years. My main goal is to promote veganism and being kind and compassionate towards all life, not just animals. And today, I just thought I'd go live, create a video so we can just chat. I'm going to share what I've done today. So right now, I'm on another screen over here. I'm just opening up YouTube to make sure this is recording correctly and that I'm looking at the right camera, right? So let's have a look here. View my channel. Live. Yep, there we go. Nice. Let me click on it and see what happens. Oh, nice. Perfect. Looks like it's in sync. So if anyone wants to chat, go ahead and leave a comment below or in the chat. I don't know whether it's going to let me know or something. Actually, let me check over here. Oh, yeah, I see there's a chat at this side. Ask a question, leave a comment, like, share, whatever you want to do. So it's been a tough day. I'm on vacation for a week. There's a whole bunch of personal problems going on, but forget about the personal problems for now. Put them aside. And I decided today I'm going to go out there and hold a sign in the street. So I'm holding this giant sign that I purchased. It says, "You've been lied to. Watch Dominion.com. We will rise up together." So I went to my local church that I attend, and I'm holding this big giant sign outside the church. And I got this idea from another activist. Just observing other activists, and it kind of gives you insights and ideas how to improve your activism, how to be a louder voice, for the animals. So I bought this big giant sign. It's like $30. That was it. It's nothing. I'm going to go ahead and leave some links in the description below if you want to get one. And so I'm holding this big giant sign outside the church, and I'm getting out of the car, and someone came over to me before I'm getting out of the car. I wasn't recording, unfortunately. And they started asking me, "Are you with the school, or are you here to clean?" I'm going, "No, I'm going to hold a sign outside the church." And they were curious, and then we talked for a while, and ended up giving one of the anonymous voiceless cards, and they're going to go away and watch the documentary Dominion. So yeah, I was so excited about that. But anyway, so I got in the car, got my big sign out, and I'm stood outside the church holding this big giant sign 30 minutes before service starts. And so I stand there for 30 minutes. Service starts. So then I go to the car, put the sign away, and I'm thinking, why don't I go in the service and join them, sit with them? They've all seen me in the street. So yes, I do it. I'm brave enough to do it. I go into the church, and I'm going to post a video. I think I'm still editing it, so I'll try and get it online as soon as I can. And you can see me going into the church, and I sit with all the people and watch the service. I kind of fast forward it for you, so you don't have to sit there for an hour with me. Yes, an hour. And then we come out of the church, and on my way out of the church, I met this guy, and this church, they have a golf cart, and they drive you to and from your car. It's like chauffeur service. So anyway, he took me to my car, and I had a great outreach with this guy. We talked about some of the scriptures and why we shouldn't consume animals. Anyway, I had to turn the camera off halfway through while I got a card out for him. But the conversation after that was crazy. He was telling me his family had a farm, and he's always hunted animals. and we got into more scriptures, and I left him with that one thought of, how would Jesus kill an animal? And he looked at me, and I could see it in his face. He was blank. He had no answer. The conditioning of this world had no answer for that. So then I said, well, I want you to think about that, and give him the card, and off we went. So it was a great day. So I'm just hoping someone joins the chat. We can throw some questions in. I'm going to hang out. There's no rush. Got some coffee. Got some of these new glass coffee mugs. These are awesome, tempered glass. And I'm very comfortable to hold. Yeah, it's like sometimes just a diary, right? Is that what we use YouTube for? Is it I guess sometimes it's a diary. You can log your interactions and feelings and emotions. One thing I've learned about being an animal activist and speaking up for animals is the world around me wants me to be quiet and shut up. Whenever I talk about animals being slaughtered for their pleasure and taste, why would they want me to be quiet and not speak up? Don't ever show your face in public. Quiet your voice. Show them farm sanctuary footage of animals enjoying life. Why would the world try and hide the mass slaughter of billions of animals? It just beats me, right? So I went vegan. Well, actually, I went vegetarian. So back in, when was that now? 2019, I decided to go vegetarian. It was like, I think September 2019. I'm going vegetarian because I felt it was always wrong to eat meat, and I wanted to give something back to this world, and animals shouldn't have to die for my pleasure and taste. Bang, I'm vegetarian. For the first time in my life, I knew I was going to be vegetarian, and perfect, right? No. So I watched a documentary, Dominion, just a little, maybe a month away, November, October. And once I saw the truth about the meat and dairy industry, absolutely blew me away. It's like, for example, when I go in a store and purchase milk, I didn't know that male calves are brutally killed just a few hours old sometimes. I'm paying for that to happen? No. I'm a more kinder person than that, so I switched to a plant-based milk. So I no longer support that kind of cruelty. Plant-based milk, no one has to die, no one suffers. The egg industry, the chicken industry, it's the same thing. In the egg industry, male chicks are worthless in the egg industry, chicken industry. So they separate the males from the females, and the males are actually sent to a macerator as soon as they're born, as soon as they're hatched, along a conveyor belt into a macerator, and just macerated alive. Isn't life more precious than our taste choices, right? Shouldn't someone be standing up for these little chicks? And the mother can't, obviously, because she's been tortured and killed for her breasts, while her children are killed and destroyed. I don't think this is the message Jesus Christ is trying to bring, right? Don't you think he came to show us the way of love, peace, and compassion? He came to put an end to animal sacrifices, and yet we still sacrifice them for our taste and pleasure today. We sacrifice the animal's life. We take that life from them and kill them. And then we say a little prayer, and then we eat them. That's sacrificing someone's life for our pleasure and taste. Not for our sin anymore. No. What do you think Jesus would think about that? It's bothering. It bothers me a lot. So why else would a person go vegan? Did you know in the dairy industry? What happens in the dairy industry? Shocking, right? Do you know cows don't naturally give milk? That's right. No, they have to be. Can you guess the word? Pregnant. That's right. They have to be pregnant. So the farmer forcibly impregnates these cows after they jack off the bulls to steal their semen and forcibly impregnate the cows. Once the cow has the babies are actually taken away because the milk's actually sold to you, the consumer, supply and demand. And if the baby calf's female, the female calf goes back into that what I call slavery, right? Male calves, unfortunately, are worthless in the dairy industry. They've been sold genetic bred. They can't be really sold for big meat. So sometimes just a few hours old, they're brutally killed. Sometimes a metal bar to the head. A few hours old. Now, put yourself in the animal's position. If you were the mother, can you imagine witnessing this? First of all, forcibly impregnated. Your child taken away from you and killed. Farmers are a little bit more polite. They kill the child just around the corner so the mother can't see. On some farms. Shocking, right? Did you even know this happens? When you go in the store and you pay for milk, you don't see the killing and the murdering. No. What do you see? You just see some white stuff in a drink that people have said, hey, drink this, it's good for you. Everyone else is drinking it, it's good for you. Yeah. The truth's been hidden, that's for sure. What about meat? There's a reason vegans don't eat meat. And if we define the word vegan, it's not actually a diet like a vegetarian doesn't eat meat. The word vegan means not to cause suffering to animals. So, pigs, for example, if you knew this, you would never consume meat again. In the pig industry, pigs are forcibly impregnated. They jack off the male pigs, insert the semen into the female pig, and the female pig has babies in a little tiny crate the size of the pig. She can't get away or do anything. Shocking. All these piglets are then those that survive this harsh environment in a concrete shed. They've never seen daylight. Those that survive are fed cornmeal until they're about 6 months old and fat enough to be sent to slaughter for our pleasure and taste. On the way to slaughter, in the slaughter truck, this is the first time they'll ever see daylight. There may be some fresh air in the face, the things that me and you take for granted. And they're on the way to be murdered, slaughtered. So I get it right. In this non-vegan world, they changed the word murder to slaughtering, human slaughtering. So the little pigs in this truck, they're actually terrified because they don't know where they're going, first of all. But nice fresh air in the face. As long as it's not minus 40 or 120, it might be a nice experience. But there again, as the 6-month-old pig gets to the slaughterhouse, they can smell the blood. They're not stupid. They can hear the screams coming from the slaughterhouse. And they're forced off this truck into the slaughterhouse. They're beaten with paddles. I've seen this close up. Beaten with paddles until they get to the either gas chamber, if they can afford one, or to the place where they slice their throat with a knife. 6 months old. Are you not ashamed? I mean, if you're non-vegan, are you not ashamed of this? This isn't what Jesus brought compassion, peace, and kindness? What are people doing? Are we conditioned to the ways of this world? We're just willing to put our blinkers on and not even look. Yeah, I call bullshit. So anyway, when you go into the grocery store and you're paying for meat, eggs, and dairy, you're actually directly responsible for the suffering, torture, and death of these animals. So if you're against animal abuse, don't you think we should align our morals with our actions and stop paying for the death, their forcibly impregnation, the children taken away, and align our morals with our actions and choose a plant-based alternative? It's the cheapest food in the world. Vegetables, fruits, breads, beans, rice. So let's watch a documentary. I forget how to do this. To put a little banner on, maybe I have to create one. Duplicate banners. So anyway, what I want you to watch, it's a documentary called Dominion. It's at watchdominion.com. It's free to watch. The hidden truth. I've told you a couple of things today about the chickens, the pigs, eggs, cows. There is a lot more truth, man. It is crazy, the hidden truths. So check it out, Dominion, at watchdominion.com. Be open-minded. I mean, don't trust me. I could be crazy, right? So watchdominion.com, make up your own mind, and don't listen to the conditioning, the programming, the desensitization of this world that makes you who you are. You remember as a child, your parents said, you're not leaving that table until it's eaten. At least, and then you're just moving the food around on the plate. And they're like, well, just eat the meat at least, because that was the most expensive thing back then. So you force that down, and for some reason as a child you become addicted to the taste of that, because that's all you've been eating your whole life. You've been conditioned. Now, if you put yourself back when you were 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, maybe 8, 9, 10, if you knew the animal had their throat sliced open and they screamed and drowned on their blood, you would have never ate that food, right? And right today, if an animal was being killed in front of you, you probably won't eat it either. And then finally, if you had to kill the animal yourself, you wouldn't be eating meat. And ask yourself this: how would Jesus kill an animal? Would he? No. So anyone's got a chat or anything, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I think there's a chat at the side. I don't know. It's the first time I've used StreamYard for quite a while. I'm going to put a little comment here to see if it pops up in the chats. Let me see. Let me see. Truth has been hidden. Watch Dominion. Dominion at www.watchdominion.com. All right, so I just dropped a little chat in there. I don't know whether it's going to go in the comments or the chat. Well, we'll see. This is kind of a trial run. So what a day I had. Just for, I see there's a couple of people are watching, so just to relate today, I got a great idea from Street Vegan, Matt. He's also on YouTube. And I bought this huge sign. It's in the car right now. This huge sign that says, "You've been lied to, watchdominion.com." And I stood outside this huge church for the service at 5 p.m. today. And everyone driving by obviously is reading the sign and everything. I don't know if they see me, but they're reading the sign. And then I waited half an hour, and when it got to 5 o'clock, put the sign in the car, and I went into the service and sat with everybody. So I'll post the video in a couple of days. I did have two great conversations. I only managed to record one of them, and I'm going to post that in a couple of days. Very intense. If you're a vegan, and you probably know this, as if you're an animal activist, once you get out there and start speaking up for animals, it's kind of like medicine. You start to feel better. You start to feel like you stood actually in the truth, sharing the truth. Very important, very powerful. So go ahead and leave a comment, leave a like, share the post, whatever you want to do. We're down there below. I'm willing to listen to any objections why you shouldn't go vegan. Someone said to me once, I worship animals, or I care about animals more than humans. Well, my answer to that is, I follow Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ came to promote compassion, peace, and love. And I do that through everyone I meet. I'm kind to every man, every female, every animal, every sentient living being. And this is the message Jesus brought when he said we shouldn't be killing animals. He came to put an end to killing animals, sacrificing animals. And for example, he went into the temple. He was so mad and furious when he saw animals being sold in there. They were sold in the temple back in those days for people to slaughter, to sacrifice for their sin. So the church actually made a lot of money by selling animals to be killed. And today, that's kind of stopped. So in today's world, we've been so pushed back where we actually kill animals now, not for our sins, but for our pleasure and taste. So the animal's life is still sacrificed. Their life is stolen from them. They are killed. So we steal their life. We sacrifice their life for our pleasure and taste, our stomachs. And there's also a scripture that talks about that, worshiping your stomach for the desires of the flesh. I'm not going to share any scriptures on the screen right now because I can't be bothered. But so this is my purpose. I'm sharing the truth, compassion and kindness. You don't have to believe in God to be kind, right? There's many. I researched recently Jainism. So Jainism is a religion where they don't believe in a God, but they believe in a soul. And they believe that soul that can reach liberation, which is very interesting if you look up that. Don't be closed-minded people. Closed-minded people listen to one religion and they either decline or they accept it, and then that religion teaches them not to listen to anyone else. Can't you see the deception already there? Right? So do what I did. Be open-minded. Listen to every single religion. What if you choose the wrong one and you end up going down, or you know what I mean? End up being deceived. You don't even have to choose a religion. You can just be you. Anyway, so I think God does talk to us as animal activists. He kind of talks to us. He reaches our heart, and I feel that when I'm outreaching in the streets, or I'm holding up a sign, putting a sticker on something, putting a flyer in a mailbox, walking around a hospital, handing out flyers, library, I do the same thing. When I interact with people, I kind of see and understand there's a reason why I'm there, and it's very powerful. So any vegans watching, and you haven't actually done any activism yet, maybe now's the time, right? Think about Anonymous for the Voiceless. This is where I started with. They actually train you how to speak to people and how to share the truth respectfully, not to offend people. Because the truth is, right, all people that we interact with, they're all actually nice people. The majority of the world are nice. They've just been lied to. They've been conditioned to turn. They've been conditioned not to look when animals are being killed over here. And if they accidentally look or someone shows them the truth, they pull away in horror because it's not right. Right? That's it. Yeah, I speak the truth. a lot of people actually get offended when I share the truth, but it's okay. The truth hurts, and it has to. All right, we're 25 minutes in. I'm going to pull up YouTube on another computer I've got over here. I just want to make sure my comment came up and that I'm still streaming live. This is actually great. This is StreamYard.com, and it's free. And hopefully my voice is in sync with my lips. And yep, there it is. I'm going to click on it so you might hear my voice echo a little. All right, yeah, and I see my comment in the chat. Perfect. All right, so let's start. Oh my gosh, I got a last comic live. Hi, Brian. You are vegan warrior, dude. Yes, that's right. I am vegan warrior. So this is crazy. I had this when in my younger days. I thought I was having a nervous breakdown. I'm stood in someone's house and I'm preaching, and this voice said to me, "Write down on your arms so you never forget." So look at this. 20 years later, I wrote down on my arm here vegan, and on this side I wrote warrior. So I'm the vegan warrior. Isn't that crazy? Hey, it's nice to have someone watching. Nice to see some chat there. So I'm going to put some links down below. Now, if anyone goes out and wants to do activism, wants some stickers or something, check out these. Warning, this package contains the decomposing corpse of a tortured animal. So these are stickers. I have thousands of these. And these stickers, I put them on so-called food in grocery stores, right over the barcodes. And they're called guilt stickers because, when someone reads this, just for a second, they're thinking outside the conditioning. And I put it over the barcode, so when they get to the checkout, it's going to cause a scene. They can't scan it. They can't, and then they've got to actually peel it off, and then maybe call a manager over, and they read it out to the customer, and so that's the idea of planting a seed. So I want the person reading this just to think for a second and go away, and hopefully this seed grows into a more level of kindness and compassion where they stop consuming, murdered animals. Yeah, it was crazy, right? The vegan warrior on my arms. So let's swim on your channel. I need to get some. Yeah, I'll put a link down below. Actually, let me drop it right here in the chat. I think I've still got it here. You just put your name and address in, and they'll send you out a whole bunch of them. Now, it's not against the law to put the stickers on foods in grocery stores. We've got to look at the consequences, though. So there is some consequences, and the consequences are. How do I get to my edit description? Oh, here we go. So the consequences are you could get trespassed from your local grocery store. Wrong camera, sorry. You could get trespassed from your local grocery store. So I suggest, going far out to different stores that you don't normally shop. That's the worst that can happen. And when I say you could get trespassed, the store might say, we don't want you to come back in here for a year. That's the only thing that can happen. All right, here it is in the comments. There you go. I'll put it in the chat for you. Yeah, the barcode. I mean, you've got a few choices, and it's entirely up to you. Don't put it on top of the products because there's cameras in the store. They'll see it immediately and take it out. I know other activists that just place their label underneath. So when the customer gets home, they might see it. However, over the barcode, it's going to cause a big scene at the checkout. And another secret is don't do this like too often. Keep it, very. Don't go to the same store every single day because it's just a matter of time before they trespass you. So yeah, there you go. So there's the comment in the links there. I know another thing you can buy is here's some, and I've probably shared these before, but these are new, and you can get these from PETA.org, PETA.org, and there you go. Eating animals. Pandemics come from meat. So these are about $2 each, and you can buy them in bulk from PETA, a little cheaper. And I put these on stop signs, and I mean they're not really going to do much on a stop sign, apart from anyone that actually reads it. I'm planting that seed with them, and they're going to go away, and throughout the day they're going to think, why would anyone write that? I mean, I just stepped into their world of conditioning, and for 1 second in their life, they're maybe going to think a little differently, So today's activism, outside the church was, wow, I was so overwhelmed with talking to the two activists. I mean, the two regular people I spoke with. The outreach was amazing. The body reactions, the body language as I'm talking to them was like, wow. I think they actually took the message from me, and I don't know. We'll see where that goes. So I'm going to post. I'm still editing the video right now. I'm going to post it online, and hopefully we'll get it. What day are we on now? Saturday. Yeah, I can probably post it tomorrow, 5 p.m. So people can watch it. Yeah, these stop signs, they're outstanding. Just try and remember it's not actually 100% legal. So last comic lives asked me, what year did you go vegan? I need to watch it 100%. Yeah, I went vegan 2019. It was like a week later after I went vegetarian. Dominion. Watch Dominion.com. I'll put it in the comments right there. If you're already vegan, you don't really need to watch this. But if you're a struggling animal activist vegan that find it hard to speak to people or get out in the streets, this might give you a boost. You kind of, when I speak up for animals in the street, you've got to remind yourself who you're speaking up for. If you were locked up in a slaughterhouse or on your way to be killed, wouldn't you want someone speaking up for you? $2017? Wow. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. There's a good thing and a bad thing about going vegan. And the good thing is it's the best thing I ever did in my life was going vegan. And the bad thing is I just wish I'd done it sooner. I mean, what can you say? You're sorry for all the animals you've killed before. You didn't mean to do it. You didn't know. Well, the truth is you didn't know. You were conditioned and maybe blinded by your selfish desires, I guess. But now it's a fresh start. It's a new start. And we have to speak up for animals. There's no excuses. We can't stay at home silent. We can't be afraid to speak up. So what? You might lose some friends. I don't think they were really a friend, if they see you being your best self, standing up to the peer pressure, conditioning, and desensitization of this world. They see you being yourself. I don't think they were really a friend, right? All right, so I got a plan, Brian, for activism. It's hard while I'm a single mother, plus I got in a big trouble taking on the system for years, but I know the plan when it comes time 100%. Okay, so the animals are waiting right now for you to put this plan into motion. You want to share what that is? And, I don't disrespect anyone that's vegan for not speaking up, because I know it's hard to, it's hard. It's hard for me to break out that bubble. It's hard for me to, when everyone's pointing the finger at me saying, shut up, stop it. You're not allowed to accuse me. It's written in the scriptures. You're not allowed to judge me. Quiet. All right, well, I'll never talk to you again. You'll be alone. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of stress, So, well, that's good to know. So, being an animal activist, it's not about just speaking out on the streets or talking to someone. There's many different ways. You can share posts on Facebook. You can get some chalk and just write on the ground vegan messages anywhere, outside in public areas, outside zoos, stores, anywhere you want. The smaller things you can do. Animal activism, putting a sticker on a sign. We don't have to talk with someone. We don't have to interact. These things break the conditioning, the peer pressure. It kind of breaks that a little bit. Join a group. Anonymous for the Voiceless, a very powerful group. They taught me how to hold people accountable. And even though I do have non-vegan friends, I am still going to hold all of you accountable. Even if you're watching, my non-vegan friends, yes, I'm going to hold you accountable. I respect who you are. I respect your choices, but I'm going to hold you accountable because the animals don't want to die and you're paying for their death. All right, so let's go back to the comments. I did have a bigger channel, lots of Aussie so-called awake people following for years. I spat veganism all the time. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm wondering if I can click on you, whether it takes me. Oh, I can put your messages on the screen. I didn't see that. There you go. I see I'm learning this StreamYard. Anyone wants to use StreamYard, by the way, it's free. You just need a webcam at home, sign into StreamYard and run this free program here. Pretty easy, right? And then I can remove this. Just a click. You learn as you go, right? So, oh, do you still have the old channel, or did you close it out and delete everything? You can put a link in the chat if you want. I would love to see videos from like back in 2017, 2018. That would be amazing. It closed it off. No big deal. Yeah, after today's outreach, I'm stood in the street holding a sign. I had a couple of conversations, spent an hour in the church, and I came out and came home. I think that was my outreach completely done, my activism done for the day. However, using technology and cameras, I'm going to video the whole thing so other vegans and other people can see how to get up and do stuff, So we should all be doing stuff like this, See, I woke up hardcore to lots of stuff going on. The world got put in mental ward. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I think for me, I think 2000, no, it was like 1999, 1999 in England. I was a member of the church, and I was very in touch with God. I'm praying, I'm constantly praying. My life was a mess. I'd messed everything up. And then one day I felt overwhelmed to go and visit the pastor at his house. It's crazy. So I went to visit the pastor at his house. I went into the house and I'm talking with him and how I feel. And I had this voice within me said, open the book and just start reading aloud. So I opened the book and just start reading aloud. I couldn't stop myself. It was overwhelming. So I'm reading something for the Bible that was very, very powerful words. And at the time, I couldn't remember what it was. Okay. Now that is very important. It's because when I turned 47 and went vegan, I remembered what it was. So anyway, in his house, I'm reading and reading and reading. And eventually the pastor, eventually, actually, I heard the voice say to me, you can go now. So I left and I'm stood in the street and I'm continuing reading. And I heard another voice say to me, one day you'll be stood in the streets sharing the truth like this, and it'll be important. And then that was the end of that. I ended up in a mental hospital. They came and arrested me for standing in the middle of the street. And I was in a mental hospital for like 3 days. And they put it down to paranoia or something and then sent me home. But when I went vegan at the age of 47, I remembered what I was reading. It was Isaiah. And Isaiah is a prophet in the Bible that constantly talks about that we shouldn't be killing animals. Very, very powerful. And it flooded it all back. It made that connection. And, back then in 1999, that's when I heard that voice say, write on your arms, that so you don't forget. Write something on your arms so you don't forget. And then when I became vegan, I wrote this, a vegan warrior, because the world is constantly trying to silence me from speaking. And look, these remind me to always speak up for animals. Isn't that a crazy story? Yeah, I'm sorry, brother or sister here. I don't know. I haven't checked your channel. So last Karmic Live. So I woke up lots of hardcore stuff going in the world or mental world. Yep, I was there with you. Well, it's crazy what life brings before us, All right, so I'm 43 minutes in. It's been an honor to talk to you. I don't know if I can click on your name to see your channel. Do you want to do me a favor? Do you have anything on your new channel? Last Karmic Life? If you do, put a link there so people can view them. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to end my little live chat open session here. Great. Go ahead and post your comment down below for your channel there. We can click on it and we can all learn from each other. I'm no expert. I'm probably one of the worst activists out there, but the main thing is that we speak up. Going vegan, you save on average 100 animals' lives a year just by going vegan. So there's 100 animals that don't suffer, scream, and cry because of you. These animals don't suffer and cry because of you anymore. Isn't that awesome? Put yourself in the animal's position. Yes, you'll think it's awesome. So when you actually get off the sofa too and speak up for animals or do something, can you imagine that 100 quadruples? And for every other person that goes vegan because you shared the truth, you were brave enough to share the truth, quadruples, you know? I think we're doing the right thing, right? Kindness, compassion, love. It's not just why should for me to enjoy my life, remember this, I'm born and I have a death day. I'm going to die for sure. For me to enjoy this short window, why would anyone have to suffer and die or lose their life for me? No. So, that's why we're vegan, right? Yes. I'm glad. I'm going to put this up on the screen here. So, Last Comic Life said, "Bless them all, little innocent souls." So, there's two words there I want to bring to light here: innocent and souls. So, Jesus even talks about this in the scriptures. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. If you would have known this, you wouldn't have sacrificed or killed the innocent. And the word souls, this world around us tells us that animals don't have souls, which is a lie. Why would they say that? It's very clear in Genesis 1:30, where Jesus talks about every green plant will be for those that have life force, a soul. He's talking about those animals with a soul. And there's another scripture that says animals are no different than humans, and humans have no advantage over the animals. We are all the same. We both end in dust. And there we go. Very important. Everyone has a soul. Remember that. All right. Thank you for watching. It was a pleasure to meet you, my friend. God bless you. And keep sharing the truth. Do I need to do anything else? Do I need to put any more links down in there? I think I've got everything. I put the link in there for the stickers, the documentary. Thank you, everyone. Oh.